The KO Lunala, but you know what? I'm getting another Lunala right now. And you got rid of one Lunala. Turned out I had another one. I still turbo lose this game, but okay. I think the title will have explained what this is. It's the early days of Reg I before the format actually officially starts, and doubling the available restricted Pokemon available to us has, I think, a lot of players pretty excited, but I saw the opportunity for 2 restricted Pokemon, and I thought, what if I could have 4 restricted Pokemon? What if I could just bring a whole block of restricted Pokemon like I'm playing Sword and Shield Series 13 out here? And then I realized I actually can. There is a way to do it. I mean, I don't know that it's going to be easy to pull off, but we're going to give it a go here because there are 2 Pokemon in this format that can transform. And that means that if I manage to transform both Smeargle and Ditto into restricted Pokemon in the same game, and I bring Zacian and Lunala in my other 2 slots, then I actually do get to use 4 restricted Pokemon in a single game. And so that is the only goal of this video. I don't even really especially care whether I win the game or not, but I'm going to try to get to a state where I have 4 restricted Pokemon. So the team is pretty straightforward. Smeargle and Ditto are, of course, necessary because they're the only 2 that can transform. I've just filled out some moves on Smeargle that might have some utility here and there, but really, I just want to lead Smeargle into a restricted lead and click transform as soon as possible, and then have Ditto in the back ready to switch in when the timing is just right. I forgot to put a move on Ditto, but I've already fixed it in the builder, so it'll be fine. For the restricted Pokemon, I chose Zacian and Lunala. Zacian is here because it's the only restricted that gets Quick Guard, so if I see an opponent with a fake-out cycling team, then I have a pretty easy way there to potentially create an opening for Smeargle to transform turn 1. Basically, the thought process with my restricteds was help Smeargle get through the first turn and transform into something. So with the Focus Sash, Smeargle could take 1 hit, and with Quick Guard Zacian, yeah, if I think priority is coming out, then I have a way to make sure Smeargle only takes 1 hit at most that turn. And then, of course, I wanted restricted with Wide Guard in the other slot. There are a few of those, but I've gone with Lunala because with Shadow Shield as well, it can demand a fair bit of attention from the opposing team. Some opponents, at least, will probably concentrate if I lead Smeargle Lunala on trying to knock out Lunala turn 1. And again, I'm just looking for... I'm just looking to maximize my openings that I can create for Smeargle to transform. So Lunala attracting a lot of attention and having Wide Guard to stop things like Kyogre Water Spout, and Calyrex Glacial Lance or Astral Barrage, and then Zacian having that Quick Guard for mostly fake-out cycling teams seem like the most viable way to do it. Raging Bolt and Rapid Strike or Shifu are just bluffs. There's not really any room to actually bring them to a game because the goal of the video requires that I specifically bring Zacian, Lunala, Smeargle, and Ditto. So I chose these 2 Pokemon basically to try to discourage opponents from leading with Pokemon that are relatively likely to have Taunt. Taunt just ruins Smeargle. I don't have any counterplay to it. So, actually, does Magic Coat exist in the games right now? I'm going to check that, but yeah, the current plan at least is Pokemon that are relatively likely to carry Taunt are like Tornadus, or Opposing Urshifu, Incineroar, maybe Fluttermane. I don't really have an answer to that here except that I have Zacian, but yeah, I just picked Raging Bolt and Rapid Strike Urshifu to try to bluff a threat into those Pokemon at preview. So, very straightforward stuff. I'm just going to check whether Magic Coat exists. It does not. Okay. So yeah, Smeargle has no answer to Taunt then. And we just have to hope it doesn't get taunted. But, I mean, I'll play at least a few games and see if I can make this work. First opponent is a Charge-a-Bug. Okay. Okay, so the restricteds are Shadow Rider and Miraidon. So there's no need for Quick Guard. They don't have any priority at all, probably. There's no need for Quick Guard. I can, so that probably means I want to lead Lunala Smeargle. I don't know if it'll work, but I mean, I don't know if anything will work with this team, but that makes the decision very simple. Lunala, Smeargle, Zacian, Ditto. Try to get Smeargle transformed. They'll probably lead one of the restricted Pokemon, right? If it's Volt Switch Miraidon, that could be a problem because it could get off the field before Smeargle can transform into it. And if Smeargle transforms into an unrestricted Pokemon, then I mean, that's just not what I want. But okay, they lead Shadow Rider, Charge-a-Bug. So I think I'm just going to Wide Guard transform turn 1, yeah? Wide Guard. They do just click Astral Barrage right away. And I'll get my Shadow Rider Calyrex here. And they went for String Shot too, so Wide Guard stopped everything that they tried to pull off here. And I don't think... I mean, the Shadow Rider probably doesn't have coverage for my 2 Psychic types here, right? So, I mean, I have to try to get Ditto in at some point, but I can't do it right now because Smeargle is on this side and transformed into their restricted. So I'll just click Wide Guard and Astral Barrage. Oh, it's Terra Normal Shadow Rider, okay. Go for Nasty Plot. I didn't actually check what they have. Astral Barrage, Nasty Plot, Psychic, Protect. But again, I have 2 Psychic Resists on the board. I can just keep clicking Wide Guard, right? And I can either Nasty Plot or Psychic their Calyrex. I think Nasty Plot is okay. They're still setting up. They're still going for Struggle Bug, but it's stopped by the Wide Guard. I might not get a chance to get Ditto in this game. But I'm going to go for Psychic into their Calyrex now. Nice, knocked it out. Got a Grim Neigh. Please don't forfeit. Although, again, maybe I should have attacked Charger Bug just because if they go Miraidon here, yeah, it's on the wrong side of the field. So I don't think I'm going to be able to transform Ditto unless I sack Smeargle. I can do that. So I'm going to go for a Meteor Beam into Charger Bug instead of Wide Guarding this turn. I guess if I'm sacking Smeargle, then I have to not attack, right? Which is like against every instinct I have, but I'm going to pretend to throw here and click Nasty Plot. They Draco Meteor Lunala? Why didn't they attack Smeargle? Oh no. Well, I removed the Charger Bug. I guess I could switch Smeargle out. But then I have an untransformed Smeargle in the back. That's why I'm acting like it's not consistent with my goal. Anyway, they forfeited, so I didn't get a chance to get Ditto in. So I'll get another game. Okay, Kyogre, Zacian, Whimsicott, Urshifu, Incineroar, and Pow. These teams usually, at least lower on the ladder, want to just start blasting with Kyogre, so it's probably Lunala lead again. I think so. At least the game plans are very simple with this team. Okay, Zacian, Chien-Pao, so I guess wrong. Lunala is really badly positioned here because if I Terra Fairy, they can just Behemoth Blade it. So, I mean, we're just gonna YOLO this. I'm just gonna Meteor Beam into the Chien-Pao and click Transform into Zacian and hope that some part of this works out. They break Smeargle's Sash. They doubled into Smeargle. Okay, so I don't get to pull off the thing this game. I can go Zacian or Ditto. It doesn't make a ton of difference which one, but with Ditto I get the Choice Scarf. And the double Intrepid Sword. And I'm going to Terra Fairy Lunala here. Double into their Zacian. Nope, I wanted to click Behemoth Blade. Do I want to click Behemoth Blade? They might have Incineroar in the back. I'm just going to do it anyway. Yeah, but we take that Sucker Punch very nicely. Actually, one-shot their Zacian with a crit, and then Moongeist Beam will finish off the Chien-Pao. So I might win this game, but of course I haven't accomplished my goal. We'll see what they have in the back. Honestly, if I win too much, then this might get a bunch harder. Not to get ahead of myself. I'm going to click Wide Guard here, and I don't have to. Because I can Behemoth Blade the Kyogre, right? I'm just going to double attack it. It should do a lot of damage, a +2. Even though it's resisted. Okay, Surging Strike Ditto. Wait till they find out that I have a whole other Zacian in the back. Origin Pulse. Okay, doesn't knock out Lunala. That's good. Don't quite get the KO on Kyogre, but... if it's Scarf or Shifu, then I'm in danger. So again, that might be for the best. It is Scarf or Shifu. But, still won this. Okay. Zacian narrowly surviving the surging strikes and knocking out the Kyogre, and then Lunala is free to attack. Okay, and we're gonna try again. Kyogre Ice Rider team, Lunala Smeargle lead. Yeah, they don't even have any fake out. They do have potential follow me Ogerpon. I mean, if they're running a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, they definitely have follow me. So actually, that could mess up my Smeargle plan. I didn't think about that one. Can't cover for everything, just have to spam enough games until it works, right? I mean, hey, I've won both my games so far. So in that sense, it's working, but winning isn't the objective here. I just want to have a ton of restricted Pokemon. Okay, Ice Rider or Shifu? Can I just Meteor Beam the Calyrex? Yeah, I mean, Smeargle's faster than Lunala, so even if it somehow one-shots, like it crits or something, the Transform will come out first. They taunted Smeargle, no! My one weakness. Okay. Okay, that's really bad, because now I don't have the Focus Sash. It's not quite doomed yet, because I can switch Smeargle out to Ditto. But yeah, not having the Focus Sash is a problem. I'm just going to Moonblast or Shifu, and I am going to switch out to Ditto, because that's the only way that this can still work. But it's very unlikely, because Smeargle got taunted turn 1. Now I have an Ice Rider Calyrex. Terra Water. That's not going to KO Lunala. They survived the Moonblast, though. I guess I'd go Zacian here. And I mean, okay, Scarf Ditto is going to go before their Calyrex, so Behemoth Blade or Shifu. It's at low HP, and Behemoth Blade doesn't miss, unlike Play Rough. Just click Glacial Lance with Ditto. But I don't think I'm going to get to transform Smeargle on this one. Yeah, we KO the Urshifu, KO the Calyrex, get Ditto to +1. Who's coming in? Ogerpon, Kyogre. Yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's try to remove the Ogerpon. And then maybe there's some way I can still transform Smeargle into Kyogre. But I think most likely I'll just be looking for another game soon. Okay, Origin Pulse. I'm getting KOs. Is it Scarf Ogre? So maybe if it knocks somebody out here and then misses Smeargle with the Origin Pulse. I think that's the only way. Or... no, I think that is the only way. I don't have Wide Guard anymore. And even if Smeargle fakes out this turn... actually, I can fake out into Spiky Shield, and if I get 2 Moody boosts to speed... but I don't want to do all that. I'm just going to bank on Terra Dragon. Just going to bank on an Origin Pulse miss. Nope, they hit Smeargle. Okay. That must look like such a weird play, me going for that double protect there. And I do lose the game, but that's fine. You know, I tried to accomplish my actual goal. Oh my god, it's a Dozo-Giri team. Okay. Well... they have Ice Rider, and they do have Fake Out, but I'm not that worried about Fake Out in the lead in this game, so Lunala Smeargle again. But if they go to a Dondozo game plan, then I think I just have a sad time here. Maybe I should change my Urshifu to Rillaboom just to really discourage opposing Urshifu leads. But then, it's not the only Pokemon that runs Taunt. It's just the only one I've run into so far. I think there's only so much I can do with those 2 bluff spots anyway. So... Oh, they agreed to open team... So I'm sorry, I'm not doing open team sheets in this video. Usually I consider it polite to do that, but I'm going to say special circumstances on this one. Okay, Miraidon. Ooh, they just led their restricteds right off the bat. I kind of wanted to switch Ditto in immediately, but instead what I'm going to do is Wide Guard, transform on Miraidon. If they Volt Switch, then I just transform Smeargle into the wrong thing. But let's just hope they don't. Yeah, they did. Ah! I'm going to have an unrestricted Smeargle. That's so sad. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and switch Ditto into the Calyrex slot. And I think I'll switch Smeargle out to Zacian. Iron Hands... I was going to say Iron Hands kind of feels like a restricted Pokemon, but that's not even true. I know it's an incredible Pokemon. Its track record speaks for itself, but... it's not a Pokemon that I personally am very successful with. I haven't really learned to unlock its full power. Okay, now I have an Ice Rider Calyrex. And I'm going to hit Zacian on the board next to it. They Terra Normal their Calyrex. That's an interesting choice. I've got my 2 Glacial Lance Resists in. I guess I'll just click my Glacial Lance. I mean, they don't even, their Calyrex doesn't even resist it anymore. And play Rough into Iron Hands. Try to get that Miraidon back in here. But again, once I've switched Smeargle out, it's not great odds that I pull something off with that. We'll see. That Whimsicott could have been in for a bad time. Play Rough missing means it might not be. Yeah, sashed. Okay. Well, we'll just Glacial Lance again, and they can Encore me, potentially, so I'm going to play Rough into their Calyrex instead of clicking Behemoth Blade. I guess I just don't click Transform into Miraidon, because they're so likely to Volt Switch. I just, I saw the vision where I could then switch Lunala out and get Ditto in and pull off my plan in 2 turns. But it didn't really work. Should have just transformed Smeargle into the Calyrex. They go back to Iron Hands. They're still going to take a lot of damage. Well, they don't take that much damage. Oh, they set Trick Room. Okay, so they're going to go before my Ditto now. Also, I was going to say my Ditto has no cover for Fake Out. That's not true. It's Terra Ghost, but I don't think I want to get rid of the Ice typing right now. I'll protect Zacian. Yeah, they Fake Out Ditto. I guess I could have just attacked with Zacian, because the Fake Out into Ditto was pretty obvious. Because they can expect that it's running a Choice Scarf. Oh well. I mean, hey, if they knock something out on my side, that's really not the worst thing. I missed another Play Rough. Unreal. Okay, well now they can start knocking me out. Yep. Of course, they do get a Chilling Neigh from this. Oh, they had a Citrus Berry the whole time, too. 2 KOs. That's a little bit hard to deal with. What I can do here is... Spiky Shield. And I guess just Wide Guard and get out of their Trick Room. Don't have Protect on Lunala. So if they Wild Charge it, that's not ideal. Okay, but it doesn't KO. And now... I think as long as Smeargle doesn't take a speed drop, that's okay. Transform into Calyrex. Wide Guard. I definitely lose this game, but we're fine with that here. Wild Charge into Smeargle. Are they high horsepowering? Oh, they set Trick Room back up. Okay. But Smeargle, of course, doesn't have a Scarf. So I could potentially underspeed their Calyrex and just kind of wreck them here. Glacial Lance. And I don't think there's any need to Terra here. Glacial Lance and I guess Meat Eater Beam into Miraidon? No. Meat Eater Beam into their Calyrex, because the Glacial Lance will, if I get the attack off, will KO the Miraidon. They protect? They have Protect on Miraidon? Okay. I mean, some do. Okay, Lunala underspeeds their Calyrex, very nice. But I missed the Meteor Beam, oh no! Have I missed 3 attacks in this game? Do I lose to Miraidon now? Maybe. Nope, nope, don't want to do that. I'm losing the plot. That Calyrex, they Electro Drift into Smeargle. Yeah, alright, that'll do it. If I had just not missed the Meteor Beam, I was probably in a good spot. Oh well. Alright, well, hey, I accomplished my goal for the video, right? In this game, I used Zacian, Lunala, Ice Rider Calyrex, and another Ice Rider Calyrex. That was exactly what I wanted to do. I got 4 restricted Pokemon in one game. Don't let the Pokemon Company crush your dreams. You want to use just a whole team of restricted Pokemon? You're all set. I'm gonna get one more game and see if I can do it again. But you know, yeah. Don't keep your ambitions small. The sky's the limit. Rayquaza, Lunala, Chien-Pao, Galarian Weezing, so they could actually turn off my imposter. This is going to be the only Zacian lead of the video because they are threatening extreme speed spam. Four restricted Pokemon in one battle. They said it couldn't be done. Okay, the opponent not leading with a restricted Pokemon is bad for this setup. Well, let's see if I can just get this Weezing out of here. They're gonna protect Weezing turn 1, aren't they? I have to preserve Smeargle. Whole game plan is kind of contingent on the opponent leading with a restricted, unfortunately. Okay, ooh, they taunted Lunala. I was gonna say I could click Wide Guard this next turn, but I can't if it's taunted. I'm gonna say that Chi-Yu is choiced. Behemoth Blade Weezing, and just go for a Meteor Beam into Chi-Yu with Terrazacian. Yep, that looks like a choiced Chi-Yu to me. Okay, Weezing. Okay, Chi-Yu, did you bring your 2 restricteds in the back? Rayquaza? Lunala? Okay, okay. How do I do this? I think I play rough Rayquaza, switch Lunala out to Ditto, and then I try to set up for Smeargle to transform into their Lunala. Okay, Terra Fairy. Not great when I have 2 Dragon types on the board. On the other hand, if they get a KO... Okay, they didn't get a KO. They have Tailwind up. I'm just going to double into their Rayquaza. I still want to remove that if I can. Are they just going to take 2 KOs here? Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, I just need them to not knock out Smeargle right away. I don't think there's anything I can do to influence that, but obviously they have a pretty obvious incentive to knock out my Lunala, right? Surely. They do attack Lunala, so Smeargle will get the transform off. They KO Lunala, but you know what? I'm getting another Lunala right now. And you got rid of one Lunala. Turned out I had another one. I still turbo lose this game, but Tailwind Lunala is a cool attack. Alright, so I didn't actually get any wins with 4 restricted Pokemon, but I'll send them a GG. But we pulled it off a couple of times. 4 restricted Pokemon in one battle. Don't let Big Pikachu tell you that it can't be done. Don't let your dreams be memes. That 2 restricted limit, I think we proved today, just a suggestion. So, I mean, get out there and do what you have to do to get those big wins.